I'm going to switch over to the ANSI A title block here. Once again, right click, do the page setup, create a new page setup. This is going to be PDF letter. We're using DWG to PDF. The ANSI full bleed. We're printing the extents, centering the plot, 1-to-1 for the paper. Color table with plot styles. Click OK, set current, close it, and you should update. Return to home here. Make sure you turn on that viewport, so if you need to, you can adjust it. Double click into it so you can set the scale properly. I'm going to set it here to 1-to-1. And now here you can see how it's really tight in there, right? You can't really get it in there, but what you'll be able to do is you can switch it to 1-to-2. Now when you do that, you'll see that here you don't even see any of your dimensions, right? So this is part of the challenge when I'm asking you to do your presentation, because if we had printed this 1-to-1 on letter size with no title block, right? We don't have all this margin area, it would fit perfectly. So here, the only way that it's going to fit on this size of paper is if we use 1-to-2. But look what happens to your dimensions. So this is where I want to show you. If you go back to the model here, you'll notice if I switch from 1-to-1 to 1-to-2, they disappear, right? So in order to show them for multiple scales, here's what I can do. If I first started at 1-to-1, and I want to show all of these annotations for 1-to-2, here's what I need to do. I can turn on Add Automatically Scales. When I switch from 1-to-1 to 1-to-2 or to any other scale, all of these dimensions resize. I don't want to do this all the time, so I want to make sure I turn this off. And now when I return to the layout, now you can see I can see them. And what I can do here is I can lock that viewport if everything is centered, and then I can make some additional adjustments to make sure that I don't have all these dimensions on top of each other. So once we've made the adjustment for the annotation scale, now within the viewport you can see how we can make our adjustments here. Okay, we can start to pull out our dimensions so that we can make everything legible. Okay, and you can see because the viewport is locked, I can zoom in with no problem. And just find the right placement there. Remember that you can just select the text too to move just the text just by grabbing that one grip. And then when you're finished, go ahead and return to the paper. Freeze the viewport. You'll go ahead and update your title here. Make sure you adjust that scale 1-to-2. And then also your title there. Once you have all of that completed, because you've already done the page setup, then you could just simply preview, right click, and then plot it to your PDF folder. And that completes problem 2-3.